Alright, pardon the harsh lighting. It's still sunny out. I've waited a little bit, but not long enough, clearly. The first things I'm going to do, well, as you can see, I've already turned the bike around to the back tires in my work area. First thing I want to do is take these belt guards off. Before we start, note that my belt is actually so loose that it will run into the belt guard. It's got a little chart here that's supposed to show how much deflection you can get. It's way off the chart. So I will need to make the belt tighter when I'm done. Alright, there's the chain guard. Interesting. It's not chain, but belt. Anyways, whatever. You know, this belt is almost loose enough to take off already. Probably could if I really wanted to, but I'm going to go ahead and loosen it first. I was thinking I want to do a system so I count the number of revolutions of the tensioning nuts, so that when I bring it back it'll still be even. So if I like turn it 10 revolutions, and when I put it back on I'll turn it 10 revolutions, and then to tighten the belt I'll just turn each one, you know, half a turn, come back, check it, and go that way until it's tight. Now these are much larger nuts than the front tires. I've got some big ass wrenches, luckily. It's bigger than 1 1/8 inch. On this side we need to remove this little circlip without losing it, which will be a nice trick. I'll keep my hand on it as much as I possibly can and hope for the best. There we go. Yeah, that came out pretty easily. Okay, so let's try not to lose this. I'll stick it in my back pocket. Somebody remind me where I stuck it. Okay, and then next I need to get this caliper off. It's kind of squeezed in here, but luckily I can get to it.
Here's one.
All right, they are both out now. There we go. Just set this caliper there, it'll be out of my way now. All right, I found a 36mm socket. I don't remember what I bought that for, but I've got some big sockets, like 4 of them, and this happens to be one of them, and it fits pretty good enough. Got this big breaker bar on it. I don't have anything to hold the other side still if it spins, so let's see. Okay, this is going to take some real work. Okay, let's see if the other side's spinning. No, it's not spinning. Good. Keep an eye on it while I do this. There we go. Very nice. Okay, so apparently this takes a hell of a lot of torque. We will remember that and torque accordingly. 4 good jumps ought to do the trick. Okay. We've got a big big spacer on this side and a smaller one on the other side. About like the other side. The big spacer goes on the side with the disc. Okay, I'm going to leave that on there a little bit while I loosen the belt. I've got to loosen the belt, which means I'm going to have to turn this counterclockwise to bring the belt back in. And now to mark it, I am going to put a scratch right here, and this will have a scratch right there. There, line those up. And same thing on the other side. Let's bring this in close. You can see I've got this basic scratch. Same thing on this side. Basic scratch. Yeah, you can see it really well. We're at the right angle. And a scratch there to mark it up. As you can see, I put an arrow on the Sharpie pointing at the mark. There's one revolution, 2 revolutions, 3 revolutions, 4 revolutions. One revolution, 2, 3, 4 revolutions. That tire should be able to, yeah, scoot in quite nicely now. It certainly did. Okay. Now let's get this belt off. Ta-da! Belt is off. Now figure out how to get it out from behind this tire. There we go. That was easy enough. So, did you see that well enough, I hope? Maybe my head wasn't in the way. But yeah, I turned these both 4 full revolutions, gave the tire a smack, it scooted forward. It's all the way forward now. And just slid the belt this way. And then once I had the whole belt off the back, I cocked it up and brought it out. So, I just kind of keep it out of the way while I do the tire now. Now I can get the bike up in the air and pull the axle out, and this is going to be just as fast as the other side, or the front. This is going to be really easy. Alright, I didn't shoot much video of it going up in the air this time because you want to see my front tire. It's much the same, although I kind of know what I'm doing this time. I put the jack much farther back on the bike, so the back tire came up and the front tire, as you can see, is still on the ground, so it gives the bike a lot more stability, I think. I've certainly got enough clearance there. I should be able to get that thing out. I might lower it back down now while I get the axle out. Yeah, I'm pretty well ready to pull that tire off the bike and swap it. This should go really quick. Take the nut the rest of the way off. It's not even in the way of my exhaust. I've got the Firebrand Grand Prix on there, as you may have seen. So, gives me some access. Okay. Now I'm going to need extension or something. Okay, I got a big long bolt. Use to hammer this the rest of the way through. Part of my problem is the bike is so far up in the air. There's nothing under the tire. Let's put something under the tire to get the weight off of it. But 2x4. That'll do the trick nicely. Yes. There we go. Ta-da! That is one heck of an axle. Wow. We're still trying to be careful to not knock the bike over. Spacers come out. This chunk of wood out now. It's not become a liability. There we go. Okay, and then this stupid fender is now in the way. How stupid is that? Let's see if we can go sideways. Nope. Just need more height. And on the cush drive, this thing is just in there with some rubber mounts, so we'll set that down. Here's the cush drive. Now, let's get the new wheel out. Okay, new wheel. I did a very bad job of showing how fresh these tires were last time, so let's try and do a little bit better this time. See the knobs still down the center of the tire. Yeah, this tire has never gone down the road. That bike came out of the crate and Chappelle Customs customized it. See how far down the wear bars are down there? Good 1/4 inch. Mine are at the surface right now, so good timing. Well, you know, I've had these tires in storage for 6 months or more. So I'm going to set this down very gently. Yeah, very gently. All right. Start with the old tire. Yes, you can see it. Okay. So this literally lifts off once you get it off the bike. Oh, there's a bearing in here. Yeah. That's a shame. I'd have liked to have not had to deal with any bearings. It's all rusty. Oh well, seems to spin smooth enough. Okay, well, it is what it is. I don't have the ability to change the bearings right now. So, up we go. There's that. Now, we'll set this aside until I come back for the disc. Very gently. I don't want to damage any of that. Okay. Now we take the cush drive. Still seems to be in excellent condition and just falls right into place. There we go. Take the hub, make sure the teeth go in the right spots. Cool. And now I can do the disc. Disc brake, that is. Set that very gently. There we go. Okay. Now we already established these are T40 Torques when I did the front tire. And I still have it loaded up. So, watch me do this all over again. Okay, here we go. Oh, these are a little bit looser. I wonder if they're not T40s on this tire. Maybe T45? Okay, let's back to the drawing board. Okay, it is T45. So, dislike having to do this to the rim while it's on the concrete like this. Okay, I've moved it over here so it's propped up on my porch. So I'm not rubbing the rim into the concrete. More of these that I've got a slight snug to them, but it certainly doesn't feel like Loctite. These were tighter than the front ones were at least.
Always good to have the right size torque spec, not strip it out with the wrong size. If I'd run 40 in there, torquing it down, I probably could have damaged it. Go down. Now I already showed you putting the sprocket in, but I might just take it off. Let's go ahead and pop this sprocket off while I do this. There we go. Now, put the brake back on. Fabulous. It'll be like a whole new bike when I get done. I didn't even knock it over. Make sure you've seen my first half of this video where I set up the jack. Because a lot of this second half won't make sense if you haven't seen the first half. Even if you don't care how to do a front tire because they're so simple. The contraption I did with my jack is working out quite well. I might even have a torque wrench around here somewhere, but there we go. Star pattern to torque these. Torque them good and snug. That's the torque mount. Fantastic, we're done. How easy was that? I'm going to put the sprocket back on and we'll slide the tire back in the bike. Gosh, I think I'm going at least as fast as I went on the front tire. The place wanted how much for labor to do this? People and their money are soon parted, I guess. This will probably be a little bit easier with the Siri guards not here. Okay, we need to go up a little bit higher. It'll remind me to check the tire pressure before I ride this thing. I didn't get a very good job at cleaning down here, did I? Oh, muddy and stuff. There we go. I think that's all the way in there. Okay. Well, this one's got a groove on each side, but I can see which side has the oval mark. So that goes out. This one's got two grooves, so it's more obvious. Oh boy. Hey y'all, watch this. Famous last words. I think the chances are I can get it down without dropping it all the way. Probably zero, really. Let's get that piece of wood back under the tire, I guess, is the next step. Okay, there's that. The bike has gone up a bunch since then. Okay, I'm just going to try and lower it. Shit, this is going to suck. Too far. Saw that coming. I'm going to throw this jack away before I kill myself. Somebody say they wanted a lowrider Harley? Okay, right position. I'm gonna get these spacers in here. Face it the right way. Not entirely sure it matters which way the spacers face, but the last video I watched told me which way they were supposed to face, so I'm following his tips. Aha! Half a jack, more height. You know, these things, I want to make sure my scratch is still pointing up because they flipped around. Okay, now they're going the right way. There we go. Axle is in. Do the right way. Ta-da! Okay, we'll get this nut started on this side. Okay. Now you can see me put the belt back on. Slip it all the way around. And then done a lot of timing belts, and this is very, very similar. Ta-da! Holy shit, I'm done with the back tire pretty much. Can you believe that? Yeah, it's time to torque this nut over here. This time the axle does want to spin. Let's see if I can hold it still by hand. Probably not. And it's bigger than a 1 1/8 inch. I'm going to have to find some really large vice grips. For the record, I've also got 1 1/4 inch. Holy moly, it does fit 1 1/4. This side is smaller than the other side. Okay, so I got a 6-sided 1 1/4, so it's a little bit loose, but it does hold. Hey, I do have the right size. This socket does not have a number on it, but okay. So for the record, that side is roughly 36 millimeter. This side is roughly this black socket. Oh, so funny. Okay. Just torque it down from this side. Just all over my brand new tire. Oh no. We don't want these too tight because we still have to pull the belt tight. Okay. A little bit looser actually. Okay. Finger tight. We do. Now I need to torque these up. Now if you'll remember, We need 4 revolutions just to pull the belt as tight as it was before. And we already know that the belt was not tight enough before, so we'll go a little bit farther after we do 4 revolutions. Okay, so the 2 marks are lined up. Put the arrow there. And 1, 2, 3. Let's tighten the other side some. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 4. 4. Okay, this should be as tight as it was before. Looking good. Let's get a little bit tighter now. Let's try 1 extra revolution. There's 1. Precisely 1 revolution. That belt is tighter than holy shit now. I'm gonna go back. There's 1 tooth, 2 tooth. Okay, so 2 flat sides less. 2. Okay, 2 flat sides less. Still incredibly tight, but I've got some deflection here. Let's go 1 more. That'll be a half a turn since it's a 6-sided. That's a little too far. Okay. Yes. Okay, that's, yep. That belt's tight now. No more flapping. Cool. We will call that good and torque up the rear axle. Torque. Still good. Still sitting on that, so let's try and torque this down without knocking the bike over. Oh, that was close. Let's go ahead and put it on the ground. We're pretty well done. Belt is good and tight. Totally not using any kind of system to figure out the tension on that belt. I need to get the tool for it. But I know it was too loose before. There we go. Stand, pull the jack out. Okay. Can you believe that? I changed my tires without knocking the bike over? Kind of surprised myself. That's plenty of torque. Now let's put that clip back on. Join me on this side. Okay, the clip. I remember I put it in my back pocket. Gonna get it back on without flinging it across the yard. There we go. That's just to keep it from falling out on the freeway if everything else goes wrong. So now it's time to put the caliper back. Look at my brake pads. They're fine. They've still got grooves down them, so don't even need to worry about replacing them yet. see the brake pads this time. There we go. And how to put the bolts back in. Good Lord, this was easy. I just saved myself probably 250 bucks. And I've got some bragging rights having done it myself.
Not even, that 250 hours isn't even counting how much I would spend on this rubber. I mean, I spent 200 plus shipping. I think it was like 265 for the new wheels. And I came down to the balance already, just put them on the bike and air them up, and off I go. Holy moly.
Snug. Everything's snug now. Belt, axle. Tires should be square because we turned both of these the exact same amount. So we didn't change the way the axle was. Now I just gotta ride it and see if it works and scrub the tires in. So if you're doing this yourself, make sure you ride it gently the first 100 miles while you're scrubbing the new tires. And I need to check the tire pressure because I am sure it's low. If only because it sat in storage forever. All done. I'm going to call this a video. Get this processed and posted online for you guys. Good luck doing it yourself. Don't knock your bike over.